Hey everyone, we are back again for another Dokkan battle video. So I'll try and keep this video relatively brief because I'm quite sick at the moment. And I've been having internet issues. I'm not sure how long the internet will actually be able to last before it, just kind of gets destroyed or whatever. And just ruins this video for me. So just wanted to make a quick update on what's coming for Global, right? Because we got to produce this letter on Twitter, which I would pull up. But I don't think my laptop would be able to run it. I think it would probably end up crashing and destroying everything. So we're just gonna run with this. So three things were kind of revealed, right? Three big things. First is the next banner, which is this STR Carnival Goku, right? With an incredible title, Transcendent Power that shakes the heaven and earth. That's sick as hell. And the unit's pretty sick as well, right? Battle of Wits 200%. Battle of Wits isn't the strongest team in the world, but it's definitely getting the buffs, right? Power Awakening Piccolo, stuff like that. Battle of Wits is good. Physical Vegito, EZA on the JP side, stuff like that. Like the team's good, just needs a couple more buffs, right? Mainly Vegito, I think, is the big one, right? Because Vegito's been dead for so long in Dokkan, he'll help this team. Same with like EZA, Physical Piccolo at some point. I'm sure it would also be quite helpful. Again, I'm sorry about my voice. It is dying for the most part, but I do want to get my daily up, or not daily, but uploaded when I'm scheduled to in time. So let's digress, and hopefully I don't sound too terrible. So again, he's another Carnival Goku, right? Even though Vegeta, Piccolo, Trunks, and Gohan are all in this, it is just Goku, right? So it's the same name as Tech Carnival Goku, so they're not going to link together. But he's quite good. I think what I like about this Goku and why I don't mind as much that they share the same name is that they kind of perform different roles. That kind of Goku I mainly see as low one defensive unit, guard, stack, revive, all that kind of thing. That's his main thing. STR Carnival Goku here is not the same, right? Gives himself 5 ki at the start of turn. He's a support unit for super class allies, 2 ki 50%, which is big, right? So 30% damage reduction. He's get hit to build up, which I think is not the biggest deal, right? I usually like units who can get hit to build up if they're really strong defensively from the start. This Goku is not that, so I don't think he is a slot one unit, but you can get away with it, I think, in certain scenarios, like against the core, for example. I think you can get away with it. But after 10 hits in particular, he gets the scouter, right? The scouter is obviously huge. That's he's a defensive support unit. He's got the scouter. He gives allies attack on or superclass allies attack by 50% for one turn on super attack, which is quite helpful as well. And then he does get a guaranteed additional at 24 ki, right? And his guaranteed crits as active skill. So he's a good unit for sure. Really, really strong. He's gonna be on a double rates banner, a double rates carnival. Do I recommend summoning? Probably not. Like, this Goku is very good, but he's not meta defining, not ridiculously strong. You're like, oh yeah, he's a must have for my box. But he's very good. He's a very good addition to any box, I would say. But his banner's probably not going to be worth it. And I don't think there's any banners coming up, or at least for global for quite a while, that is going to be worth it. But, good unit for sure. Definitely pick him up in the future. Maybe when he's like the second or third unit on a banner, or if he's featured in another carnival in the future, like near enough future, I think he'll be good. But yeah, that's what I have to say about STR Carnival Go here. But the big news, right? Big news that everyone's super excited for, of course, is the EZA announcement for Gohan and Cell. Obviously, this came out a while ago on JP, the 12th of January, right? It's now the 13th of February as I record this, and they're coming out on the 22nd, I believe, is what the producer there said. So, how good are these EZAs? They're busted, both of them, right? Gohan in particular, but Cell's also very good. I don't want people sleeping on Cell. I think some people are sleeping on him a bit on the JP side, and I'll try to get some showcases out, hopefully, where I can show him off the best I can, right? To make him look impressive, because I think he is very impressive in certain scenarios, right? But Gohan's very easy to see why he's good, right? Defense stacking like he did before on both. He's also debuffing attack on both supers, which is helpful now, right? Kamehameha 180 is a real leader skill too, so you can definitely run that team. Probably sweep the whole red zone. I wouldn't say with complete ease, but you could definitely get it done, right? You know, big start of turn stats, right? He builds up passively each turn, right? So that in addition with the defensive stacking means Gohan builds up very fast, right? And then when his HP is 58% or above, he has a 50% chance to launch an additional super, which again more stacks, as well as he has guard, right? Guard for his HP is above 58% is obviously very strong. So yeah, Gohan's kind of quite dumb, right? Guard, defensive stacking, debuffing, passive build up. Who does this kind of sound like? You know what I mean? He sounds like Tech Ultimate Gohan, just without the Tech Ultimate of these debuffs or the LR stats that this Gohan has. But yeah, he's very, very strong, as you can see here. And he also has a high chance to crit against androids, which isn't the biggest deal in the world, but there is places where that's going to be useful. The Red Ribbon Army, Red Zone, like the Gammas, Cell, and Cell Max are all androids, of course. And then obviously the Cell Max event, so you're still fighting Cell Max, and he is obviously an android. That can be pretty helpful. His active skill condition didn't change, but I'm actually not the most upset with this, mainly because there's actually good androids now, like the Gammas exist. The Android 8 who just came out with the Path to Power Goku, they exist now. They're very good. So you can kind of use that to make him work a little bit better than before. And another great thing about this Gohan is he's basically on every single team in the game, basically. So you're gonna get some serious mileage out of this Gohan for sure. So there you go. Once he transforms, we'll just pop over here and have a look and see what he does. He gets really dumb, right? 50% attack and defense on 12 key. Same here, and he's also debuffing on 18 key. Now, I don't think the debuff really matters on his 18 key, but he does do it, I guess. So I'm sure there is scenarios where that'd be useful. For the first 4 turns, he's a double orb changer, right? Which is pretty dumb. He actually has started turn stat 158%, which he didn't even have before. He was going from 0% started turn to 158%. And obviously he's carrying over the stack defense from before, so he's going to get really dumb. You get the orb changing, he's got a high chance, or where's here? Guaranteed additional super against multiple enemies. He's got a 50% chance to additional, and a high chance to crit when HP is 58% or below, which you will be once you, because that's the transformation condition to become Gohan. And then if his HP is 59% or above, and there's a Super Saiyan Goku, he gets another guaranteed additional. So on Gohan's best turn, he can super 4 times. So with the stats he has, and he's a nuker, and he's double orb changing, and there's really good Super Saiyan Gokus in the game right now. We do have the EZA Spirit Bomb absorbed one on JP. We have the SR Carnival Goku who's about to drop on Global on the 15th, I believe. And then we have Tech Carnival Goku. Like, this Gohan's landing at a good time, for sure. Gohan, I think, when he drops here on Global, is arguably the best unit in the game. Arguably. I don't I think when he first dropped on JP, he probably was the best unit in the game, but the way the meta kind of moved with the 8th years, he definitely isn't the best unit in the game. I mean, both 8th year anniversary LRs are better than him, but I'm not sure about having third either. I'd probably have him fifth. Probably. I'd probably, because I did have him above Vegeta and Trunks and Power Awakening Piccolo, but the way the meta's kind of moved, I think I would put Power Awakening Piccolo ahead of him again and Vegeta and Trunks. So I think this goes probably the fifth best unit on JP, but on global he's top 3 anyways. He works really well with Vegeta and Trunks, of course, as well. He's under 200%. Bond of Parent Child, the Battle of Fate. And in Piccolo's team, he's obviously very strong as well. He's not on Piccolo's team though. Superheroes Battle with. No, he's not, but he's very good. He's very, very good. So yeah, I think that's enough talking about Gohan. I will do a bunch of showcases when he does drop. Gohan's very dumb. It's that simple. He's a really, really strong unit. Cell, on the other hand, was not given the same treatment, at least in base, but when he transforms, we'll talk about that. But he gets very good. So Cell, first of all, leads Cell Saga 180. That doesn't really matter. AGL Cell leads at 170 to 200% Android, which is mostly what you're going to be using. And then the STR Goku Gohan leads Super Saiyan Goku family, the extra 10% Android Cell Cell Saga, so I don't think it really matters what this Cell's leader skill is. But yeah, anyways. Defense on 12 key, that's good, but he doesn't have it on 18 key, which I think is a problem. He is debuffing, but no defense on 18 key does suck, for sure. He should have just got 50% attack and defense. I don't know why he doesn't, to be honest. It seems a bit weird. But whatever, 120% attack and defense start of turn isn't the highest, especially if you consider Gohan's 150, I think. He gets extra defense the more HP he has, the greater the boost, which is fine as well, but it's not the biggest thing ever. He gets extra 2k and 30% attack per enemy, which means in Super Battle he is going to cook. But this is the only place he's getting key from, which is that 2k per enemy. So I do think he will struggle for key when you link him up on the Cell team, right? Especially considering that AGL Cell doesn't share any key links with him until that AGL Cell is perfect, right? They'll share Gentleman and Ultimate Life Form, but until then, they don't share anything because INT Cell doesn't have shocking speed, right? Which really hurts him for sure. He does. What else do we have here? He has 50% attack and defense when performing a super, so he's gonna get to 50%. And if you do the 12 key, that's 30%, right? So that's good. But again, it would be ideal if he got 50% on his 18 key. And then he also has a 50% chance of launching additional super, right? So ideally, if he did get 50% defense on his super attack effect, he could cook on some turns defensively, right? Because he could get 50% attack and defense from his super attack effect. He get another 50% defense from his passive, and then additional into 30%, and then potential additional again to another 30% defense. If he got all that, then he would be cooking. But unfortunately, that's not the case for him here. So yeah, they actually did also buff his transformation condition or his evolution condition, I guess, right? Because originally it was you evolve when you're under 30% HP, now it's 40. So it's a little bit easier to get. 40% is certainly easier than 30, but I would have liked to see it go up a little bit more, maybe to 50%. But yeah, his links are still the Cell links you'd expect. And the thing about Cell as well is that he's also in a lot of teams. So this also helps. Um, but all of these teams, right? Because getting one of the best units in the game on all of these teams is obviously really good. So yeah, Cell is going to be cooking as well for sure on all of these teams. Now, once Cell transforms, it's a different story, right? Because I talked that Cell's like okay, he's solid even good, perhaps, but when he goes perfect, Cell's just different. That boy is different. Yeah, 50% defense on 12k, and then 50% attack and defense on 18k. He also debuffs, right? Which I think is a little bit more valuable on this Cell than it is the Gohan. Because Cell you can technically get like turn one, like a super battle scenario or something. But Gohan, I guess you technically could if you ran Android 16, right? But there's no good Android 16 still to this day. So I mean the best was probably Super Strike 16, and he's like okay. He's a coin flip, so not ideal. But yeah, the full heal, love that, obviously. He's an orb changer now, which is huge for this Cell, right? Because if you remember back in the days, this Cell is a nuker, right? He needs to get 8 orbs to get his full passive. Gets a bunch of different multiplicative buffs, but it wasn't easy to get him his orbs. Now he himself is an orb changer. Huge. He hit himself 60 and 180% attack and defense start turn, obviously really big. High chance of additional super, really good. He gains 3% damage reduction per key sphere, which is pretty dumb, right? I mean, that's only with 10 key spheres, and it is only 30% damage reduction. But after Cell supers, with all of this buffs up from the orbs, Cell does ridiculous, just has ridiculous stats. Like, absolutely dumb. Like, Cell's going to be cooking for real. His defense can easily hit over 1,000,000, and then 1,000,000 with let's just say 28% or 27% damage reduction or whatever. That's when the 20% damage reduction really starts cooking, right? When you have ridiculously high defense. I'd say if Cell was the triple super and got 10 orbs, so he had 30% damage reduction, he could probably survive the Metal Cooler core type disadvantage. Probably. Now I don't know that for a fact. Maybe he would still die, but it would be close, And that's type disadvantage against the core. How many units can survive that? Vegeta Trunks don't count, they're guarding, right? Cell is he's tanky with raw defense and damage reduction. So I think that's a different story there. But yeah, he also gets extra attack buff and high chance to crit with a 24k, which I think isn't gonna be the hardest for him, just because of the him orb changing, right? And you just have the active skill attack, which is pretty good. And yeah, his one link changes. He loses Gentleman into Revival. But yeah, that is what is coming to Global into LR Cell, who I think is very strong. AGL LR GOHAN EZA, who I think is ridiculously strong, like easily one of the best units in the game. And then STR Chronicle Goku, who's also one of the better units in the game. All, I think, top 10 LR candidates. Well, two of them definitely the top 10. The other one, debatable, right? Which I think is Cell, just because his base is really not the strongest. But again, I think he's a little bit overrated. But yeah. Anyways, that is what we got. That's what's coming to global. Just wanted to make an update video. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, that's it. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.